I remember having a chat with you around 40 days prior to the exam where you almost pulled the plug saying you didn't want to write the exams and you come back and score 84%. Right. So all the flow to you, and we would love to hear your story and how you scored that 84%.
Thank you so much for these kind words. And, I've always given you a lot of credit for that phone call of mine, and I would love to share that with everybody. Um, yeah, so I just quickly get to the point. You guys, some of you, I think, are in the WhatsApp group and may not have appeared for the exam this time. I was in the same boat. I was about to, as Manoj said, just give it away. I thought I'm not prepared for it. I'm not going to give it this time. And, I'm a person who believes in giving a particular exam or going for something if and when I'm prepared rather than just going for it and, giving it a try. But yeah, as history would have it, the phone call saved me and I went in for the exam. So I just brief you about the journey of mine. You guys are in the right place. Eduyush, it's a fantastic platform. I think I'm not just saying it because Manoj is there. I really believe it. They give you, because most of you are working and have not given exams for a long time. I think the kind of structure that Eduyush gives you is compared to no other. I frankly I did not compare anybody. The kind of reviews I read about Eduyush, I just thought about going with them. And the videos, the recorded sessions, the live sessions. I could not attend a lot of the live sessions because of my schedule, but I made it a point to stick with their schedule that they had. The timetable that they have is kind of gives you a direction as to how you have to proceed towards the exam. So I tried following that religiously. In the latter half of my preparation, I may have skipped a couple of weeks, even listening to the recorded sessions, and that kind of hampered my flow. And that is when I started losing my confidence. I'll share a few things which I did right and which I did not do uh, as I should have done. In hindsight, I should have done those things. One of them was while getting through the recorded sessions, and after you've done a week's work of preparation of, say, a particular standard, one needs to get back to the revision kit. That's the gospel. I think that gives you a kind of, initial way as to how you have to present your answers. I know they are discussed in the class. Vijay ma'am takes a lot of effort in discussing past exam questions. But when you do them yourself and the variety of questions that you have chapter wise, I know it was told time and again by the teaching staff to go through the questions, but the time limitations that you have, uh, somehow you just want to get through one standard, read it, get to the lecture, and proceed to your work the next week. You're busy, and the schedule kind of eats up your time, and you do not get back to the revision kit. But that is of paramount importance because it's not an exam wherein you need to answer MCQs. So most of us are good at calculations. We have been taught as accountants or even while doing our secondary education or college education that once we get to an answer and if you find an answer in that MCQ, fine, you're done with it. It doesn't matter how you get to it, leave alone explaining it, how you're getting to it. But in this exam, what amazed me and kind of bamboozled me was I needed to write down each and every point and its explanation and how I get to it and what's the end result of it. Even mentioning the particular account balance at the end was giving me 1 mark. And that is what the revision kit is telling you. When it gives you a breakup of the marks that you can score with each point, that's how you tend to learn as to how you need to answer in a particular exam. So that is the stuff that you need to practice day in and day out. So giving it, started slow. I would say give it an hour every evening and give a couple of hours every weekend starting now. um, Over a period of time, you'll get into a habit of getting through the revision kit after you've done a particular standard. Don't worry if you're forgetting that standard after, say, a couple of months of practice and you've done 20 standards. I know you'll be forgetting the first few standards. That's normal. But if you've attended those lectures or even listened to those recorded lectures, I made it a point after a couple of months that no matter if I get the time during the day or not, I I'm a person who does an evening walk after my dinner. So I made it a point putting on my pair of AirPods and listening to a recorded lecture. So that's something that I may not have grasped the full standard, but it's something that it does register somewhere in your mind. Um, the thing that I would like to mention here is that time management is the key in this exam. There is a lot of stuff to write. You may remember a lot of stuff. As people who have grown up in India, we are typically used to rote learning in the school. So I know that some of the standards you'll get, towards the end of your preparation, you may end up, rote learning a couple of standards, because you think that because all the standards have equal importance, barring consolidation. Of course, consolidation, you'll get one full question, so that's a quarter of your exam. But other than that, even the smallest of standards, and beware, the smallest of standards do tend to appear in the exam time and time again. Manoj would mention agriculture. I would say all of them, operating segments, related parties, all the smaller standards, wherein your heart tells you that this will never come in the exam, that is sure to come in the exam, I'm telling you, because that's how they test you, because they know the psychology of the people who are preparing for this. And I think they want to test you on that. And so I was talking about the time management. So time management would be of paramount importance when you are writing your exam. You should know when to stop. Manoj mentioned one word just before, one day before my exam: be ruthless with the time. That clicked with me, and I was totally ruthless at the time of my exam. I knew I could write more in a certain question, but I skipped because I wanted to attempt all of them and give them equal weight as much as possible, because at the end of the day, it's a 25-mark question. If you've written 10 points in a 9-mark question, I think you are basically through with that. So you can expect to score 6 or 7 from that question. So that's how I would have done. The thing that I missed during my preparation was practicing the revision kit while doing a particular standard. I went to it pretty late in the last month or so, and that kind of put a lot of pressure on me. That's when I had that famous phone call with Manoj, and I thought I'd probably skip it and appear for it the next time around when I'm better prepared. But I tried giving it a shot after some of the best motivational words I heard from Manoj, and yeah, the result is what it is. So yeah, that's basically what I had in mind. But what I had to say, I'll give chance to the others to proceed from here on. Thanks, Manoj.